Well, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we have an insane Titan build that is so amazing and enjoyable, which is different from consecration aspect build. This build have insane ability spam and health regen with overshield over it, and destroys in-game activities like Grandmaster Nightfalls, as I managed to solo this week Grandmaster Nightfall with this build. And I will link the video in the end so you can see and watch. I am a Warlock main, but after this build I have only playing Titan for how much fun is this build. For the gameplay you see in the background video, I have footage from Solo Grandmaster Clear and Legend Onslaught. So when this build is active, you have insane ability regeneration, nade explodey boy, healing from melee and nade, devour and weakening all the time, and almost 80% damage resistance. For start you have to use a very specific class item, Ceticism, with the two perks of Spirit of Inmost Light and Spirit of Armamentarium. And yeah, I know farming for this if you don't have it might be so painful, but if you don't have it, don't worry, just use the exotic Inmost Light chest piece, as it will increase the damage of your abilities. Now for this build, starting with the aspects, we are going to use Unbreakable, which converts the nade into void shield that protect you and do damage to the enemies in front of you. And to prove the damage, we are going to use Thermite nade because it does higher damage than other type of nades when attacking with the Unbreakable shield. For the Armamentarium, it will give you 2 nades, so you'll have more ability spam and more empowering, and it will allow you to spam Unbreakable, which is actually will convert the damage you take into the overshield and give the damage wave that emits to the enemy in front of you, which basically deletes every red bar in the game and does a good chunk of damage to champs and majors. Second aspect we are going to use is Knockout, as it improves the melee damage and start health regeneration and makes you amplified when defeating enemies with melee abilities. When activating Knockout, it will cancel as ability, so it will empower other abilities to help get the nade faster and get your overshield and the damage from it. And for super we are going to use Twilight's Arsenal because it's fun to use and it will be buffed in the Act 2 and for the damage and debuff it does. For abilities we are going to use Thruster because it have the lowest cooldown. Next we are going to use Shield Throw to give you overshield when hitting enemies with it, and we are going to use the Thermite nade. For Fragment we are going to use Facet of Bravery, as grenade kills give you void weapons volatile and melee kills gives strand weapons unraveling grounds. Then we have Facet of Awakening, as grenade kills makes void breach and melee kills make ionic traces. Then we have Facet of Protection, which will give you 15% damage resistance when near 3 or more enemies. And we really need this fragment because this build is aggressive style and it will help you do a lot with survivability. Then we are going to use Facet of Hope, which will give us 60% of ability regen when we take an elemental buff. And lastly is Facet of Mending, which will make unbreakable kills cure you. Now let's move for weapons. For this build to work perfect, I do recommend you use strand primary weapon like the new Eminence SMG from Salvation Edge Raid to build up Transcendent fast, or the Cold Sidearm. For the energy weapon, I do recommend you use Bird Bloodline because of Infinite Devour and Weakening, and when you have Devour it will help us get our grenade faster, and the more health the enemy have, the more grenade you get, as red bars will give you about only 8% of a grenade energy back, up to 20% for stronger enemies. And if you don't have Bird Bloodline, it's okay. I did use this build a lot without it and still it works perfectly fine. The only thing you are going to miss is Devour, but you will still have the overshield and the health regen all the time from Unbreakable and the shield and the knockout. Now for the stats, if you can have 100 disciplines, 100 resilience, 100 melee energy, that is awesome. The build will be complete, but if you can't, try to focus on discipline and resilience, as melee energy with shield throw have low time cooldown compared to the grenade. And you can use something like Pugilist and Surgist or Demo on the SMG to get the lower ability stat faster. For the mod we are going to use Ashes of Acid to get our super fast, because Unbreakable is counted as grenade kill. Also we will use Void Siphon to get orbs from void kills. For the gauntlet we are going to use grenade mods like grenade kickstarts to get it faster when we get orb. And if we mix it with stacks on stacks, we will take an orb which will give us 2 armor charts, which will generate about 28% of your grenade energy back. And for the other mods, we will be using mods like surrounding, getting the ability and grenade faster. For the artifact, we will use elemental siphon, because when we get 2 defeats with bad bloodline, it will give us void breach, so more debuffing and more void explosions. Then we have Radiant Orb to give us Radiant when we take an orb. Then we are going to use Galvanic Armor to give us about 30% damage resistance when we are amplified, which we will have like almost all the time because of knockout. Then we have in column 5 Expanded Abass to increase the damage to targets affected by void debuffs, to increase the damage of the super. And lastly, we have Shield Crush, which will give us increase in the melee energy or grenade when we are amplified or we have overshield. And because we have knockout or overshield most of the time, so this perk will be active and it will help us get our abilities even much faster. So the rotation of this build will be like starting with using nades to get overshield, then use thruster to get arm empower times 2, then use your nade again, then shield throw, swap to bird bloodline, get the orbs, and keep spanning abilities like crazy and enjoy the build. So I hope you enjoy this video, and this build I do recommend you try. It's so much fun, and give me your opinion about it in the comments down below. I hope this was helpful, and if that's so, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I have the honor of you being in my channel, and thanks for clicking my video. Until next time, stay safe and take care.